Hey everyone, I'm going to apologize right now for the quality of this video. It's not my finest work. After being banned from Facebook for the last 2 months, because heaven forbid I speak the truth, my version of truth, because everyone has their own version of truth, I've decided to leave all social media. Yeah, what the fuck's the point? I'm always banned, right? Heaven forbid. I will keep my YouTube channel up and running, but that's about it. I'm going to leave my phone number on my Facebook page. I probably shouldn't, but I will for anyone who wants to contact me. But I'm done. I'm absolutely done. And the reason why, the final straw, the final nail in the coffin, if you would, is recently I've heard about Project Wide Awake by the RCMP. Project Wide Awake is a program where they use software, ad software, the same thing that Facebook, when you click on stuff, they see what sort of things you watch, and hence the ads pop up that are related to that. The RCMP using the same method, without a warrant, to monitor everyone's Facebook. Now they say this isn't a reactive measure, but a proactive measure. They are actually doing pre-crime. Let that sink in. Pretty Orwellian, isn't it? I fucking think so. Anyway, so the software is by a company called Carahsoft, owned by Salesforce. And what they do is it's a program called their Social Studio Monitoring App. And what they do is they look for keywords. Now, the FBI uses a similar program, and they have over 4,000 words on their own website, their monitoring website. And you can actually go online and look at it yourself, fbi.gov.something. Anyway, you can have a look. And here in Canada, they use similar techniques. You can Google this yourself. It is fucking unreal. Now, I have been monitored by CSIS, the Military Investigation Service, the RCMP, the Canadian Electronic Security Agency, and other groups I don't even know of. Now, I have the Access Information Act requests, and I have the documents to prove that. They think I'm a white nationalist terrorist. And if you know me, that's not quite true. Far from, really. So, if they investigate me, and I'm a pretty mild-mannered person in the grand scheme of things, they're monitoring everyone. Absolutely everyone. It's scary. It really is. A lot of people don't do anything terrible online, but I'm sure they don't be tracked by the RCMP and on some list. Now, I've actually been followed by the RCMP. But here's the problem. It wasn't me they were following. They were following my girlfriend. I was away for a month. Of course, their intelligence isn't very good, so they didn't realize this. And they followed my vehicle to the mall, and they thought I was going to commit some sort of mass act of violence. But the problem is they couldn't identify who was in the vehicle, or if they went into the mall. They just noticed that my vehicle was there after being followed. That's how good their intelligence is. That's not very good. I'm not going to tell you who I work for, but my organization would give them my location if they asked. But they didn't. It's pretty sad, eh? So I'm going to leave all social media. I have Instagram, I have Facebook. Yeah, I'm going to leave my YouTube up for a while because it really does anger people. And I'm okay with that. Hey, buddy. And they monitor my finances. I thought that was kind of interesting. There is a fair amount of money running through my bank accounts, and that's because I'm good at investing, and that's where money comes from. It doesn't magically appear. So, yeah. I've actually contacted people whose names are on these reports that I have, and asked them why are they tracking my online persona. And they get pretty angry when you contact them. I've actually called their houses, and they get pretty upset. Now, they work for the RCMP, CSIS. I'm not even sure who some of these people are. I just find their names online, do some Googling, and voila, there you have. They don't like when you watch them. So, why do they enjoy watching fellow Canadians? Aren't we all equal under the eyes of the law? We're not. I can tell you that we're not. We are absolutely not. So as you're clicking away on Facebook right now, there's some algorithm watching you. and watching what you're typing. And yes, some of it's for shopping, but a lot of it's for the RCMP. Now, Salesforce rightly admits that they gave the software to the RCMP. I don't believe the RCMP actually paid for it. A company called Carahsoft, they're just located outside of Washington, D.C., I believe to the west. They call it Silicon Valley East, people call it. And Project Wide Awake, I want you to Google it. If you want to make your life a little more private, get rid of everything. I'm getting rid of my phone. I plan on getting rid of my phone. I really don't need it. I figure if it's important, people will find a way to get a hold of me. I'm not that hard to find, obviously. I can follow them around a lot. Yeah, you guys should do this for yourselves. I ask all of you to do an Access Information Act request for all the files the RCMP have on you and your local police forces. I was quite surprised. My alias is Shane. I didn't know I had an alias, but I do. Very shocking. Anyway, so that's what we've come to. This country's finished. It's now I believe, a police state. They're now, how to put this? They're not getting rid of freedom of speech, because here in Canada you don't have the right to freedom of speech. You have freedom of expression. And as long as you're not, how to put this, inciting violence towards groups, you're basically free to express what you want. But now they're calling people racist and anti-Semites and Islamophobes. And, well, me, I'm a libertarian. Conservative libertarian? Yeah, we can say that. I believe in small governments, being fiscally smart about things, not borrowing money. Debt is the new slavery. So yeah, I really don't know what else to say to you guys. It's not the Canada my forefathers have fought and died for. It's not the Canada which I choose to live in. I do plan on retiring sooner rather than later and leaving this country. It's a farce. It truly is a farce. Recently in the Senate, Bill C-71 has gone through, and there was a poll where people could actually go online and answer these questions for the federal government about this poll, this firearms poll. And 80% of the people who answered the poll said we do not need any more firearms laws in this country. We just need to enforce the laws we currently have. The government didn't like that because it didn't meet their ideas, I guess. 80% of the people who did this poll said they're happy with the laws we have now and we just have to enforce the laws. And now everyone's like, oh, I think the poll was, forced or manipulated somehow. No, you just don't like the answer. So that's what we've come to in this country. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go. Continue to follow me on YouTube if you want. And if you don't, that's cool too. I'm just going to stop putting things online and just walk away. I'll leave everything up for another month, and then I'm done. It's fucking crazy, isn't it? Yeah, it's life. Anyway, I'm gonna run. You guys have a fantastic evening. And wave to Fucko the Clown. Hello, Fucko! I gotta go. You guys have a great night.